Welcome to the Grand Fleet Podcast. We're continuing today with our countdown to Chapter 1000 with number 6, the Tobbi Roppo. I'm Levi from The Voice of All Things.
Hey cuties, I'm Smizzle.
I'm King KZ75.
I'm Brobble from Brobble D Boy.
And I'm Jake from down the Weeaboo hole.
No longer a special guest, but a reoccurring veteran.
Yeah.
Or just someone who really wanted to talk about dinosaurs. So we can tell today we're going to have a lot in common with our new guest. Because some of us here like dinosaurs, and then some of us like Smizzle like dinosaurs.
Oh god. Is that just like all I'm gonna be known for?
Basically.
It's not dinosaurs in general. It's not dinosaurs. It's monster girls. You know, not necessarily, you know, dinosaurs particularly. You know, have you guys ever played the game Helltaker?
No.
I've heard of it.
Never even heard of it.
This is a rough start already.
What console is this?
Whatever. I'm pretty sure it's on PC, on Steam. Okay. But anyways, let's talk about Drake. I honestly don't think he's made a very good any good song since like Hotline Bling. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. All right. No, okay, yeah. Let's actually talk about, you know, the topic of this episode. Anyone want to start us off?
Well, I have a question. So I think we should put Drake and Ulti at the ends because they have the most interesting stuff to talk about. You know, a good one to start with and a good one to finish with. But which one do we do first?
I'd say Ulti would be a nice, fun one.
Yeah. KZ, did you say you wanted to like you were like considering leaving early or anything like that?
Yeah, but I'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll start with Ulti.
Ulti it is.
All right. So yeah, somebody else start.
Okay, so
Jake, go ahead.
yeah.
Oh, or KZ, you have something.
Ulti is my favorite.
All right, whoever.
I was going to say, Ulti is my favorite member of the Tobbi Roppo so far. She made such a splash at the beginning. I love her personality. Really headstrong. Love her dinosaur, the Pachycephalosaurus. I did not expect that, but it makes complete sense with just like how headstrong she actually is.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
literally too.
It's my favorite dinosaur.
And I just love...
Yeah.
Oh, it is your favorite
Yeah.
dinosaur? That's awesome. Page 1 is my favorite dinosaur, so I was happy to see the Spinosaurus early on in Wano. But Ulti also opens the door for Nami to finally have a true fight, because the last true fight Nami had was Khalifa back in Eni's lobby, so this makes me super excited.
Yeah, that's nice.
Honestly, I didn't quite get the hype about her when like the first like chapter where they actually showed the Tobbi Roppo talking. I was just like, oh, okay, this is just kind of them. And then everyone was going crazy. It's like, oh, she's just incredible. I'm just like, well,
because she's
I
cute.
don't
That's
know.
why.
Like she's just like, this is the first time we're seeing her, not really much. But then obviously after a couple of chapters, you know, seeing a bit more of how she is. Page 1, the thing with Kaido when they met, and then now she's growing on to me more and more. But I just didn't quite get the hype when she first appeared.
Honestly, I think when people were first hyping her up in the first chapter, I think it's just because, you know, she's cute or whatever. Or, yeah. And she's got, like, an interesting, like, she's got the thing with her hair that's pretty cool, you know. And, you know, the horns and the little mask. And, you know, masks are really in style these days.
I wonder why.
Look, I was hyped for a dinosaur girl. That's all I wanted from One Piece, and I got what I wanted. So I was very happy.
All right. I see.
I'm just happy that, you know, as adults, we don't really get to talk about what our favorite dinosaur is. But now
Yeah.
Oda is giving us the opportunity to really, really talk about
Such
that.
a great
This is like, I
channel,
feel like
yeah.
I'm 7 again.
Actually, my nickname at work is Dino Boy, so that kind of tells you what I talk about
Oh
every
my
day.
god.
Should I
I
ask?
talk about dinosaurs every day almost.
You're living the dream job.
Yeah. Nothing's better than dinosaurs, I have to say.
Best part is he's actually a paleontologist.
In contrast to like King KZ's opinion, I actually really enjoyed Ulti like right from the start. Like I was a part of that bandwagon, just because like I don't know, something about her gags with Page 1 were so funny because we saw Page 1 just like kind of get like beat up by Sanji, like in Act 1 or 2. I think it was Act 2, right?
Act 1. It was
Yeah,
definitely.
end of Act 1. Yeah.
I actually want to talk about the relationship a bit.
It was nice to see that like sort of like antagonistic yet like I don't know like abusive relationship between the two, and I don't know. It was just such a funny reveal to me after like initially meeting this like stoic, angry page one.
Yeah, and he's kind of a wimp in comparison to everybody else too.
It's actually really funny because Potato and I, on our videos, we were talking about how we don't really understand what their dynamic is or what their outfits are supposed to be, and one of our commenters actually cleared it up that this is actually like a pretty common trope in Japanese media, this whole sister thing, and that their outfits are actually from a certain type of like rebel like fashion movement in Japan.
Is that so? And what's it called?
Yeah, I forget the name. It was posted in one of our videos. I don't remember which one. It was one of the ones we were asking about. Maybe the one about the mysteries of Wano. Yeah, it was the one where we asked the mysteries of Wano. Someone in the comments actually answered those because we were asking about what the deal is with those two. So apparently it's a pretty, and I looked it up. It's a pretty, it's a whole like subset of fashion that with the masks
That's
and the
kinda
outfits
cool.
they have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. I kind of like, we'll talk about page one later, but I did research on like, or at least like a little bit of research, like the other day and this morning about like the card game namesakes of the Tobbi Roppo, and Ulti is actually one of the ones I got the least information about because, well, for one thing, I'm a little bit lazy, and I kind of put it off on Friday. And then I put it off on Friday and Saturday. And then, like, this morning, I woke up really early. And I was looking up the Wikipedia article. And Ulti is actually a very complicated game. And I kind of didn't want to read it. And, like, I didn't kind of have time because I was, I had work and stuff. But it is it comes from the country of Hungary. And it's a trick-taking game. Do you guys know what trick-taking is in card games?
No
not
idea.
really.
No idea.
Okay, yeah. I learned this like Thursday, or I learned this like Friday or whenever I was looking this up. But actually, like, trick-taking is like basically like you somebody puts down a card, and then like everybody has to I don't know. Let's make an example like Uno. But like, so like somebody puts down a blue 6, right? And then somebody else has to put down like, and everybody else has to put down like the same color, right? So like if it's, I guess in a card game, it would be like somebody puts down a 6 of hearts, everybody else has to put down hearts, right? And then typically like, when you get the highest number, you take the trick, then that like, you take that trick or whatever and you get like a point or something. But yeah, that's trick taking. But, it uses German cards, whereas most of the games, actually, yeah, every other game uses like normal, like, or quote unquote normal cards, or the cards that we're usually used to, like those traditional like bicycle playing cards. But German cards are a little bit different, and I couldn't find anything that really like connects to her character, because some of these I did find something that I could maybe tangentially like relate to the character of Ulti, but I did not. I didn't find anything that's like really kind of stands out or anything. It also it has to do with like bets and like bids in auctions and stuff. So like maybe we could see something involving like something like that, but. Yeah, there's nothing really here that I see. There really isn't very much, to be honest. Yeah.
Speaking of bets, it's actually funny now that you've mentioned that, because you know how they say in a one-on-one fight, always bet on Kaido. His name, I don't know. I mean, it seems like this was intentional. It's like the word for card in Japanese. So. Always bet on cards is kind of what the pun is.
Yeah, that'd be
there,
interesting if there's like a gambling aspect, but that's a whole other discussion.
Oh, well, it's somewhat similar, but not exactly the same.
So I have a question. Do you think Ulti and Page One were part of the same crew, Or do you think they had their own separate crews and then they were both defeated and taken by Kaido later on? Because I always felt like...
From what it seems, I think they're actually siblings. At least based on what the person in my comments said. It seems like this is...
I think they're
actually
related as well.
The question was, like, were they on the same crew, right?
Yeah, were they on the same crew? Because it feels like Ulti is the captain, or were they, like, both captains of their own crews?
I like the idea that, like, they were, like, sort of co-captains or something like that. But I also like the idea that, like, they were two different crews, but Ulti was, like, literally always following Page One around or something like that, you know?
Yeah. I could see that. Like, taking care of him, like, watching from a few meters behind.
Right.
I could see it going, like, both ways, or, like, sometimes, like... I could see it going both ways, like, sometimes, like, maybe... Like, it could be a situation where they're actually siblings and were on the same crew. Maybe they were siblings on different crews, and she, like, had that sort of, like, relationship where she would follow him around, like you said. But I could see where, like, they were, like, rival crews, maybe. And then, like, they were, like, super angry to find out that they both were captured by Kaido. And then this is kind of how they're just coping with it.
That's pretty funny.
Although in our last chapter we learned that some people joined Kaido's crew willingly. Because there was those two people who were getting affected by Queen's...
Turned into the demons,
And they were saying, we joined together, brother. How, don't let this overtake you. So it's possible that these two joined willingly. We do know that from at least based on what we heard, that Who's Who and Sasaki's crew were taken from them, and they were defeated by Kaido and forced into the crew. That's at least what it sounds like. But
I could see it like that.
Yeah, but I don't feel like Ulti would be someone who would, like, willingly join someone else's crew. She seems a bit too headstrong for that.
Yeah.
But we don't actually know if
stubborn.
they even were pirates before they were found. We don't know anything about her or Page
really?
One or Black Maria's backstory at all.
I thought they were
Wasn't
all.
that said at some
I thought they
point?
were all captains
Like,
from their.
They didn't say
own
that
separate
specifically.
crew. Yeah,
They didn't say that.
No, they didn't say
They
that.
addressed Sasaki and Who's
said
Who.
by one of the
Yeah, they said Sasaki and Who's Who. I know you guys were captains before.
Yeah, it just seemed
But
like that.
they were the only ones.
Yeah, because Sasaki was, Who was, even Drake was, so it just seemed like that was the case,
Yeah, you might
but
be
it
right.
was never explicitly said.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could see it for the Tobbi Roppo, based on their personalities. I bet it's probably the case for all of them, except for Drake, because Drake definitely planned on joining, but, like, Ulti, like, she either was, like, raised by Kaido, because she does, like, have, like, Kaido on sort of a pedestal, and, like, will only take orders from
Maybe,
Kaido, because
yeah.
she doesn't even
And she
bow
also
to
talks
King.
back to him, and she's not scared of it, not afraid to do so.
she talked back to
Although
him.
if she viewed him as family, she probably wouldn't be so mad that he's getting her involved in family matters.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's
kind of
true.
does throw that out
That's
the
true.
window.
Yeah, if they were like, I mean, if you guys think that Ulti was like a what do you call a pirate? That's what I'm trying to say. Wow. If you guys think Ulti was a pirate, any guesses on, like, how high her bounty might have been before, or how high her bounty might be? Because, like, it doesn't make sense for her to not still have an active bounty.
Yeah, true.
Do you think that's relevant?
I mean, that's a good question, because, like, I don't know. I feel like the strongest Tobbi Roppo has got to be more than, like, a Charlotte snack, which is 600 million, right?
Probably, yeah.
But it's also probably not going to be lower than, like, 300 million. It could be, but who knows?
Well, the calamities
Yeah.
are over $1 billion.
Yes, that's true. Because Kaido's crew does have, like, from what we've seen, their commanders
Yeah.
are definitely higher bounties than Big
It
Mom's.
seems.
So I don't know. I would say, if
they're
I had to
just
guess,
more
it's definitely on the
destructive.
lower hand. Maybe like 400 million. Maybe like 380.
Yeah.
Do we know Drake's bounty?
222 million
Updated
before the
ever
time
since
skip.
The time skip.
222.
Yeah.
Yeah, before time skip.
Oh yeah. That's right. Cause like his name, I think like the 222 something about that. Like it represents or it means like fake or something like in Japanese. Let me look this up. Yeah, it means like fake or something like that. Fake or phony or like undercover. I learned that from somewhere. I think it was either maybe I think video or like maybe I just found it on the trivia page of like the wiki. But yeah, I'm
Someone
pretty sure.
said it in
Yeah.
one of our videos before, like our
Yeah.
podcasts. Might have been 1-1. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think it might have been.
He is kind of an encyclopedia with that stuff.
Yeah, he does have a lot of just really useful. Like you can't say useless information. It's useful. It's just like I don't know, like obscure information in very small like things. But yeah, I think he kind of gets that sort of thing from Tekken, because I know he likes Tekken a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So what else can we say about Ulti? What else do we have on her?
I think she's definitely the probably the most bold of the Tobbi Roppo.
yeah, most bold, most brash. Very
Most fun, I find.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's always a joy to just watch her just like, interact with anyone she comes in contact with. Like that first time she meets Luffy, and they're both just like, "What the hell?" It's so good. I love that moment.
That
And
was
they
so
just
funny.
headbutt each
Yeah,
other like
yeah.
right away. It's so good.
It was their first instinct.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's literally the female Luffy. Sometimes I think, from headbutts
Yeah,
to
I
the
feel
fact that
that.
she's just
Yeah.
like, "What's wrong with you? Like, who are you? Don't care." And then the fact that she just fights with anyone that she meets.
Right,
It's
right,
like
right.
if Luffy was a female under Kaido's crew, he'd be ulti.
Never realized that till now.
So this
yeah.
might be jumping the gun, but post Wano, where do we see her? Because obviously, if she's having a 1-on-1 with Nami, well, a 2-on-2 with Nami,
2-on-2.
and she'll be defeated by the end of the arc.
How's it a
But it's not like the Marines are here to clean up.
2-on-2?
Where does Ulti go? Yeah, her, Usopp, page 1, and Ulti.
Oh yeah, it
Nami.
was up and Nami. Yeah. I forgot about them. We haven't seen them in a while, I feel like. But post Wano,
Like 2 chapters.
it's been only 2 chapters.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think.
Yeah, dang. Anyway, it feels like time moves slow, but only for One Piece chapters. Everything else in life moves fast. But anyway, I don't really see her, coming up too much. Honestly, yeah, I don't really see, like, she's probably like the Tobbi Roppo. She's one of those characters where there's not enough intrigue to her. Honestly, in my opinion, there isn't enough intrigue to her to warrant her to be in another arc.
The reason I ask is because we're getting into the new world with the big Emperor crews, and unlike the little crews in the past, Luffy and his crew beat them, they get arrested by the Marines, or they fall off the face of the earth because they were no one to begin with, like Don Krieg or Koro. But these people are their defeat is earth-shattering. Their
Yeah.
losing power changes the scope, the face of the planet. So
Yeah.
even the Flying Six, their defeat could have enormous consequences, and they aren't just necessarily going to be scooped up by the Marines. So it's interesting,
Maybe.
where does Ulti go?
King
Well,
KZ
obviously,
knows
if you
where I
ask
stand on this.
Brobble, I already know what he's gonna say. But before we let Brobble get in, I think it depends what happens to the whole Beast Pirates, right? Do the Beast Pirates, disband? I mean, of course, also that depends on if we're saying Kaido dies or not, but that's a discussion for another time. But do the Beast Pirates disband? Do they stay together, but they're weaker now? I think it depends on what happens there. But I can see Ulti either, staying with the Beast Pirates, because, I mean, on one hand, she truly believes that Kaido will become king of the pirates. On the other hand, I can see her going to do her own thing with Pei Pei and, leaving before the Marines infest Wano.
That'd be a fun cover story.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah,
something
so
for a
yeah.
cover story.
Yeah. So what was your take, Brobble? I actually don't know what King KZ
Yeah, I don't know.
is talking about.
So we kind of had in the comments of, we both made videos kind of talking about this, but in the comments of, I don't remember which one. This is not I don't think this is going to happen, but this is because it's not reinforced by much. It's just something I think would need to happen in order for expectations to be met. But I had a thing where I think a lot of the Tobbi Roppo could potentially join Kid's crew because the whole chapter where they showed Eustace Kid. It depends on where his arc goes, honestly, because Oda did say he has a lot of plans for Kid, and I could see it one way where obviously he's got an arc where he's being overshadowed by Luffy, and it could go, this is probably more likely if we're being realistic, but it could go in a way where he doesn't really meet up to Luffy, because Luffy, he sees Luffy get Jinbei joined, and some people think Yamato joins, the son of Kaido along with a former warlord warlord, that would be like earth-shattering in the perception of the world. And meanwhile, Kid, like the world, who's doing similar things, like he's getting terrible portrayal by the world. Like he goes into Big Mom's territory, gets beaten up. Goes into Shank's territory, gets beaten up. Well, he's still going in there, getting what he wants and getting out.
I can't, like, that's actually crazy. He's challenged 3 of the emperors so far.
Yeah.
And from what we understand, like head on.
Just jump. Right.
Yeah, like he's very
I like
bold.
that theory.
But like, yeah, I don't know, because if
That's
it's a way, like, it could go one where like Kid just gets overshadowed completely, but it could go a way where like, if in order for him to elevate to the crew, like, while King KZ thinks that Weevil's gonna join just out of headcanon what he would like to see, I think it could be that in addition to a lot of the Tobbi Roppo, like after seeing that Kid is this person that like is like determined and is willing to fight like Kaido, and like has like similar like a similar outlook to them. I go better into my video because I don't remember the exact points I made, so there's a little plug. But yeah, I don't know I think it would be good to see, and it'd be a good way to elevate Luffy's crew, or I mean Kid's crew, to like sort of match the Straw Hats, because he's got like Killer and Kid are like the formidable opponents, and then Heat and Wire, like one of them breathes fire, but I don't know, Frankie's lasers are better than fire, so they're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
What do you think about them staying in Wano?
I think that's
possibly become retainers for Momonosuke.
I could see that.
think so.
Oh, you mean the Tobbi Roppo, not Kid's crew, right?
Yeah, the Tobbi Roppo.
Okay.
Not
Yeah, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see either one being very. I don't see it being very likely.
Especially not Ulti and Page 1.
Yeah, they were literally sent to kill.
Yeah, and they seem to hate Yamato.
Also, like, all the Tobbi Roppo were. Not all of them, but yeah, they were just sent off. Yeah, they were just assigned to like kill Momo, right? Like, if all of them try to kill Momo, then I don't think Momo would want to make them his retainers, right? Yeah. I think.
I mean, maybe Black Maria, but
maybe Black Maria. That makes sense, but we don't know anything about her though, like, except for the fact that she hasn't done anything, right? She hasn't done anything really. She hasn't been following orders or anything. But yeah, that's how that is. Anything else about Ulti?
Yeah, okay. I just think that just relationship wise with Kaido, it's a bit interesting. And I probably will mention this with everyone that we go through, but just Tobbi Roppo, Beast Pirates, and for now, Ulti's relationship with Kaido is a bit interesting, because in that one chapter where King called them, and then there was that whole thing of Find Yamato and that conversation, that meeting going on, it's like she kept like shouting at Kaido, which is the first time we've ever seen that, of course. That's what made her very interesting, and the fact that Kaido never really, got angry with her or anything. He was kind of almost like just subservient almost, but not really, and just allowed her.
I think Kaido, we see people like Queen on the crew who are willing to just like kill the entire crew off.
Right.
They don't care. Like, he was in the last chapter, he was just like, okay,
right.
Apu, you can die. Go, I don't care about you. Even though Apu has been nothing.
That actually, like, wow, that actually made me like, wow, you're like, Queen is like, at first I thought like Apu was the biggest snake in Wano, like, but now that crown goes to Queen,
I thought they were friends, honestly.
But yeah, I
Right.
think actually Kaido, in the last few chapters, I mean, obviously he's a bad person. He likes to hurt people. He doesn't care about anyone. But he has like respect for his crew. Like, the way he talks to them, the way he talked to Jack, the way he talks to the Tobbi Roppo, he seems like he's
like a father
he
figure
values
to them.
them.
I agree. I might have to like make another. A while ago, I made a video about like the crew dynamics in and I talked about Kaido's crew, and I might have to like make some kind of some kind of additional video talking about like how they are now, how they're depicted now versus how I thought they were at that point.
Yeah, because a lot has like been opened up to us, and like, I don't know, you're literally getting me talking about my two favorite like One Piece topics right now. But yeah, Kaido's like opening up like as a character has been so fascinating, because like his introduction was the most mind-blowing thing. Just like Aruj just sitting there on the Sky Island, he jumps down, he crashes, like he's like, oh, I have a little bit of a headache, Like it was just insane. He's just like this big monster, and that's all we knew about him. But he's actually like, yeah. It was just insane. It was so crazy. But then now we're looking at it, and he's like more human than characters like Doflamingo, and he has like this deep like really like human desire that we don't really get to see much in One Piece villains, because like we look at someone like this Rob Lucci, for example, like he's just like a bloodthirsty monster, whereas like someone like Kaido, like he is like, from what we know, for what we can assume so far, he's this man that's like envious of like the other people that have held this title, like Roger or we don't know if Roger was a Yonko, but like Roger and Whitebeard and even Odin, and he's looking up to these guys, and he's just like, he's envious, and that's like what he's trying to reach, and it's just such a fascinating thing that I really hope gets expanded upon more and more.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, you guys ready to move on to the next Tobbi Roppo member?
一人は飛び六歩ページ1
Yeah. Is there anything to say about Pei outside of the
yeah.
OT talk?
I think so.
I mean, we should briefly.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up something. They're like dynamic, because when I first saw page 1, he seemed like cool and serious and like very like ready to fight Sanji, and then when he was with Ulti, he became more subservient. So I feel like he has these two split personalities, one with his sister and one when he's by himself, which I think is pretty funny.
I think that's why I think they're like really brothers and sisters, because it's kind of like that thing that you see, when you meet someone and they act some certain way, then you see them with their family and it's like, it's kind of a different person now. So that's also another reason why I think they're actually brothers.
He's actually, aesthetically, he's my favorite of the 6, in his human form at least. His like medium form is kind of weird looking, but in his human form, he's my favorite.
Page 1 kind of always came off to me as a little bit of a loser. Not gonna lie. You know, when I first read his introduction, I was like, what kind of name is Page 1? And then like he has it tattooed on his chest. Why? For what reason? And then you know, in the anime, he's got like the he's got like this purple hair. Yeah, and like it's like, yeah, this dude's kind of a loser. That's what I thought. And, you know, actually, like on 4chan, I once saw this thing where like they photoshopped the P on his shirt, on his chest they replaced it with the P to an F, and then they changed the 1 to a T, and it said something else, you know. But yeah. But he just came off like a little bit like
yeah, he's getting it now.
Took me a second. Yeah, I had to think.
I definitely don't want to use that word. I don't mean to use that word, right? But like, he definitely came off as like, not a little bit of a loser. Like, you know, like he kind of wanted to be cool, but he kind of wasn't, you know. He really wanted to be cool, but he just kind of wasn't, you know.
Did you look up what his card game is?
Oh yes, I have actually. So, page 1 is actually probably one of the easiest to understand out of all of them. So like it's another trick taking game, right? And so the ideal the objective of the game is to run out of cards the fastest. You know, kind of like Uno. It's sort of like Uno, but with more rules and a lot less chaotic. So like so for one thing, you've got the trick taking aspect where everybody puts down their cards and it's got to be the right suit, and whoever gets the highest number wins that trick, right? And then you have to and then whoever won that gets to pick the next color or the next suit. So let's say like you won, you got like 9 of diamonds, everybody else got like a 4, a 3, and a 2. Then you get to pick the next one, and like let's say you had a 10 of clubs, so you put down a 10 of clubs, and then everybody puts down like their lower numbers. So or everybody puts down some, and then somebody gets like a king of spades, and then you know they pick the next color, right? It's like that. It's like Uno, or it's like it.
Yeah, I know
sort of
a
like
similar
that.
game to that.
Yeah, this is so Uno is actually really cool. Like when I was reading it, I was like, Uno made this game. Uno just kind of took this game and made it like really a lot more fun. So there's no, in Uno there's no trick taking and there's no like point system or anything like that. And well, there is when you count up all the cards at the end, but yeah, like when you
but this. Sorry, you're going to say finish.
Yeah. But yeah, like you've got the wild cards, which makes things more interesting. You've got like the draw 4s and the draw 2s and everything. Like, page 1 is just Uno, but without like, with more steps and just less chaos,
Yeah, I know a similar game to what you've described with page 1. But I think the only difference is that with the one I know, it's not really about losing cards. It's more that the way you win is like the person who wins the last round wins the game.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing you described where you win like kind of like a round or you win the trick. But then what matters is who wins the last one. That's who wins the game. But apart from that, it's
Do you know what that game is called?
I don't quite remember. I'd have to ask like my brother or something like that.
So I just came up with this theory, if you can call it that. If you want to call it that, but
you have to be careful with that word.
Let me just say this. Like every time I come up with a theory, it's probably usually off the dome, or I didn't actually come up with it, and I'll probably say I didn't come up with it, and I stole it from somebody else. But this is off the dome. What if page 1, the card game? It's all about losing your cards. So what if like page 1's character arc? He's just all about losing. What if he's like the biggest loser on the team? That's what I'm thinking. Like what if it's all like his character arc from here on, like it's just going to be a slow or even like a fast downward spiral, and he's just going to I don't know, he's just going to suffer, this arc. What do you guys think?
That's so funny because he's going against Usopp.
Yeah. Or maybe that's the thing. Like maybe he's just been losing. Maybe he's the Yamcha of the group of the Tobbi Roppo. That's kind of how I thought.
If you're gonna lose against Usopp, you got to be.
Okay, don't disrespect who's page 1 like that.
A day.
Hey, I always liked page 1 since the moment I saw him. But then when I actually saw his like human form, that's when I started to think he was a loser.
Dang.
I actually love his like middle form.
I see.
He reminds me of a Killer Croc from Batman.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I knew it looked like something.
Yeah, and as I said, Spinosaurus is my favorite dinosaur, so I'm a little biased.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Why is it your favorite dinosaur?
Jurassic Park 3. I know a lot of people hate that movie, but I loved it as a kid. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought the Spinosaurus looked a lot cooler than the T-Rex. I like its long snout, and it was able to swim.
Yeah, people keep.
Yo, imagine like Jurassic
Allegedly.
Park as like the Wano, like a live action Wano in Jurassic Park mixed together.
When they get to Wano, they need to use
Love
the
that.
dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh, in the Netflix Netflix live action series. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I think.
Until they get to Wano,
We can
I
make
don't
a
know.
whole video about it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. Who knows? Like, how old are they gonna be? Anyway, so yeah, that's my idea about where page 1's gonna go. He's gonna lose, or maybe he's just been losing. Just been suffering. That's everything he is.
I could see a battle like.
Well, he didn't really lose against Sanji, did he?
Yeah.
It's pretty much a tie.
I don't know.
kind of.
Sanji was kind of kicking him all over the place.
Yeah. Even like.
Yeah, he didn't quite lose, but he was
didn't
not
win.
winning.
He definitely didn't win.
Well, yeah.
He was not winning. He was.
I think
yeah.
the way I saw it, in the manga, like Oda, like it was just off screen because like Oda kind of just didn't bother. It didn't bother. It was pretty obvious that there was like that's the way it came off to me. It was pretty obvious that like Sanji was probably going to come out on top, but maybe the fight, but they eventually stopped fighting or whatever. But I feel like Sanji was like kind of like if you're playing chess or something and you start running out, like the other person starts taking all your pieces really quickly, and then for whatever reason, like the other player just gets bored and moves on to something else. That's kind of how it feels. That's kind of how I thought it probably
it's kind of
felt.
like the whole Luffy versus Big Mom in Wano. Like there was that moment where he went Gear 4 and then he attacked Big Mom, but from that whole interaction, of course, Luffy didn't lose the fight, but we all know that if that went on, he would have
Yeah.
lost. Kind of thing.
That's true.
I could definitely. I subscribe to your theory though, because I definitely see like a battle of like, I was about to say Smizzle, Usopp and Usopp in page 1, like constantly messing up their attacks over and over again, and it's just like a battle of losers.
Oh dang. Yeah.
No, I don't see it messing up. I think it a bit like the Usopp versus Chu from Arlong Park, where like page 1 is just so much stronger, but just keeps like the way Chu messed up the whole fight. Like,
Yeah,
Usopp
that
will
could
win
be
like
too.
that.
Oh man.
I would enjoy that just
The
as much.
ulti and page 1 fight versus Nami and Usopp are what I'm looking forward to the most in like the entire arc. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so excited. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
It better be good. I swear. Yeah.
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 Seeing Nami
Yeah.
do something other than
Thunderbolt.
hit people with lightning.
Or happiness punch or whatever. You know.
Oh, that's what I want to bring
She
up.
can keep doing that.
Can Nami defeat Ulti without Zeus? Because I don't think Zeus is with her right now, right?
I think she can. I kind of don't want her to need Zeus anymore.
I was excited for her to have Zeus until she got it taken,
Yeah.
like repeatedly, and then I'm just over Zeus now.
Zeus for me is he's just kind of take him or leave him. You know, I don't really care. I don't really care. She's cool with or without it. Like if Zeus is going to be taken away, then she needs something really cool to replace him. But if Zeus doesn't get taken away, I'm fine with that too. You know.
I mean, come to think of it, with Nami, we've never really seen her fight without Zeus ever since she got the new climate act. So they might pull something out like Usopp added this to the
same.
climate act. Because she got it in Zou. Immediately in Whole Cake Island, she made it rain and then she got Zeus. So we never seen her fight without Zeus.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that right?
So who knows? Maybe we might be like, oh, so
Yeah.
Usopp added this thing to the climate act, or while they were preparing for the raid on Onigashima, they added Sea Stone with it, so she can do something with Sea Stone. I don't know. Maybe that'd be
you're right.
great.
You're right.
Where would Usopp be getting Sea Stone? But anyway, okay,
Okay.
Black Marie. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She can sing.
Yeah, she can sing. I'm interested. I hope
can.
they get a really good
Should
singer
give-
for her voice actress in the
Yeah.
anime, I guess.
I'm really excited for that
Fury
scene.
a run for her
Looking forward to
money.
Very much. Seeing her set the scene with her song.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
actually
gonna be
played
really
out in the
cool.
anime.
yeah. It better be. I swear. Anyway,
Who knows? Maybe instead of Hiyori singing us out for Act 3, we might have Black Maria sing us out.
oh well, yeah. Like if it happens in the happens in the manga, that would be cool. You know, yeah. It would have to be like a really sad song too, because I don't know if you guys know
If the
about
dark
this, but,
turn
like,
happens.
the whole kabuki play thing, and about how Act 3 in a kabuki play ends with tragedy typically. And
Yes.
one interesting bait and switch, just quick tangent, and I'll get right back. But one interesting bait and switch was like when the Odin flashback happened, some people thought like Act 3 was going to end with the end of the Odin flashback, because it's tragic, But we're still going. That was a whole year. We're almost like we're over a year since the flashback started, and we'll soon be at a year since it ended, and we're still in Act 3. So whatever, that was an interesting twist, I guess, sort of, kind of, for anybody who was expecting that. But yeah,
Thankfully, based on what I've read about how kabuki plays are laid out, Act 4 is the most action-packed, and Act 5 is super short.
Yeah.
yes,
So if
Yeah.
this is actually following that, we're going to have a non-stop thrill ride from here on out.
oh
It's
yeah,
it's already pretty thrilling. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wano's getting so
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
I cannot wait for it to get animated.
Oh man,
Oh yeah. It's gonna be so sick.
But if that's true, then I expect like Act 4 to be like less of logistics about like kind of how Act 3 has been going, where it's like people running around, get to this floor, get to that place, kind
Yeah.
of more of like the actual fights.
yeah, we're
instead
here
running
instead of
around.
let's get here,
Yeah.
This is like the right after the I Want to Live part in Eni's lobby. Like that's kind of like where we are now with Wano.
Yeah, like everybody's moving on. Everybody's moving, trying to get the keys and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if you guys, whenever Black Maria first appeared, everybody was thinking, oh, maybe she's a giant or something. Any ideas on like what she might be that might make her different? Than
I think she's just a person. and Oda's not
The
going to explain it.
overwhelming theory is Yamato's mom.
Oh,
No,
I've
she's
heard that
too
theory
young,
before.
actually. She's canonic.
Oh,
Oda
do
gave
we
us
know her age?
She's canonically too young.
How old is she?
She's too
How
young.
old is she?
Hold on, let me find it.
She's in her 30s, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's way too
Yeah,
young.
but yeah, too
So
young.
she'd be like at most 11.
Yeah.
Well, this can't happen.
That's weird.
29.
Oh wow.
She's younger
She's
than
1 year
Yamato.
older than Yamato.
Oh wait, yeah, 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I don't know Kaido, but I'm fairly certain that's not what happened.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think her powers might be?
So
I mean,
I hope it's a dinosaur.
I'm hoping they're sticking with the dinosaur
All right.
aesthetic,
All right.
or I'll be
I
very
came up
upset.
with this idea. I came up with this idea a while ago. Okay. Here's the idea. All right. First, I got to explain the game Black Maria. So supposedly, this one website said that it's supposedly pronounced Black Mariah, but yeah, that's beside the point.
Oh, it's like a
alternate
poker
names-
game, right?
Right. Not quite. Yeah, not quite. It's another trick-taking game. But like alternate names are like Dirty Lady, Black Widow, Slippery Bitch, and quote unquote much worse. And like sometimes it's confused with another another card game called Black Lady. And let me tell you, I don't like that at all. But let's see. So basically, like when you've got words like when you've got names like that, like slippery, you know, when you've got words like slippery, it makes me think that like maybe it's like or the whole point is to avoid getting the Queen of Spades and to avoid getting hearts. And because of that, or the reason why is because like when you play a heart, then you get a point like taken against you. And if you play a Queen of Spades, then you have the Queen of Spades is, you know, the supposed Black Maria, right? And if you play it,
I
you
love
get
that
13
game.
points. Yeah. Oh, you do? You played it?
Yeah, I didn't know that was what it was called, but yeah,
Yeah.
I used to play that all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, if you
Oh.
get a Queen of Spades, that's 13 points against you. And yeah, so what if like, you know, her specialty would be like, what if her specialty has something to do with evasion? And you know, she is kind of, you know, avoiding fighting. You know, this is kind of a stretch, but like, what if her devil fruit was like a I don't know, like a velociraptor or something fast. Like I think that'd be a really interesting way to contrast her bigness, you know, her large size, you know. But yeah, that's all I really have. Any takes on that?
Although if it's also called Black Widow, imagine a
Yeah.
spider of that size.
Yeah, there are
Oh my
prehistoric
god!
spiders.
Oh my god!
That'd be sick.
I actually
50-foot
think she
spider.
might be a spider. That was my guess.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, that would be.
When
cool.
I first heard her name, I was thinking Black Mamba, which
Yes,
is the most
same.
dangerous,
Yeah.
one of the most dangerous animals in the world.
Yeah, big snake.
Yeah,
That'd be
I'm
nice,
either
too.
thinking
That'd be
she's
nice,
a
too.
giant snake or a giant spider. One of the two.
I honestly think
I'm
they're all
happy
be
either way.
dinosaurs at this point, but I would love the spider.
Yeah.
If she is a dinosaur,
Well, there
you know,
are
it might be a
prehistoric.
velociraptor.
There
But
are
what
prehistoric
other
spiders.
dinosaur ideas?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's prehistoric everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, my favorite dinosaur is the Ankylosaurus. I don't think she's
That
gonna be
would be
that,
cool.
but
Is
it
that
would be kind of
the
funny to
armored
see
one?
like this like beautiful like kimono woman Oiran, right? And then she just turns into like one of like the fat dinosaurs. It'd be kind of like a funny contrast, but I don't think Oda
Maybe
will do
that's
that.
why she doesn't want to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
maybe. Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
a
but I don't
better
see that.
superpower
I
than
definitely think the
Kaku.
Velociraptor is a better theory.
Yeah.
No, I like yours better, Brobble. I like yours better.
I think a velociraptor is way too small. It just wouldn't be as like aesthetically pleasing to see like a giant raptor. I don't know.
I think that'd
for
be
me,
terrifying.
Well, she could be, maybe her hybrid form.
Yeah.
Well, with
But-
the stuff that Oda's pulling with his smiles, I wouldn't be surprised if he gave her something super ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like the smiles, just to do a tangent, like when we keep seeing them, I feel like it's one of those moments where Oda had so many ideas for like smiles, like what if this, what if that.
Yeah.
So now he's finding just random ways to throw in all these
Yeah,
other
random ways
ideas.
to
he
The
had for
giraffe
smiles.
killed me.
I die every time. The guy
Yeah.
with the monkey
Four
for his
tricks.
arm. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dude, how do you
Matrix.
walk? Like,
The
literally, how do you
gorilla
walk with that?
The gorilla arm is crazy.
Honestly-
The giraffe, oh my god.
Yeah.
I love the
Like
giraffe.
the gorilla
this-
is like too much weight, and the giraffe is like, how do you even? And then there's Fortrix, and I think
A
the thing about
chicken.
Fortrix with the chicken,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
it's like, is he walking backwards or forwards?
It's like cat dog.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Yeah.
It's like Giraffe
thing-
Rig, the Pokemon.
One
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that this kind of confirmed, like just sort of this idea I was just kind of randomly thinking about is like, do smile fruits, can smile fruits not be the same as zones? Like, can you have smile fruits that aren't like one idea I just had was like, are they smile fruits because like are smile fruits do smile fruits take on those animals because there are no zone devil fruits of that animal? But apparently that's
Kaku
not
is
true
giraffe.
because yeah, like that's what I kind of realized last chapter, you know, with
But I think in
with Hamlet,
contrast,
you know.
I think in contrast, there can be smile fruits that don't have real devil fruit, like comparisons.
Yeah, that's what I
as
was
well.
saying. Like, are they? The idea was like, are there only smile fruits that aren't? Are there only smile fruits that aren't zone devil fruits already, or are they just like? Or can you have like a zone devil fruit and then a smile fruit that are the same? You know.
I bet it
but-
could be both.
Momonosuke
Yeah,
with
now
the dragon,
it's
too.
it's confirmed that it's both. Well, Momonosuke,
Yeah.
like his thing, that's not an actual smile, right? Because
Yeah,
it was
that's
made
true.
by Vegapunk, and it's like it's an artificial like it's
What the?
It's Vegapunk's smile
Yeah.
before, like Vegapunk's version of a smile, essentially.
yeah.
I put
Levi,
something
what
in
did
the
you just
chat
send?
for everyone to look at.
Yeah, he just said, that. Yo, okay, the other person who has a chicken thing is Tamago.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
no, that's an egg, right? He has an egg fruit, right? Not a
It's-
chicken.
It's a
Yeah, but like
he
he
turns
can
into
also
a chicken.
become a chicken.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah,
Is that considered a zone?
yeah. Is that a
He's a
zone?
Paramecia, I think.
Yeah, I
Because
thought
he
that
has
was
the
a
ability to
Paramecia.
rebirth himself as an egg.
Yeah. That's a crazy.
So
fruit.
Okay.
yeah, everyone just take a second, look at the thing I put in the chat though real quick.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
this
Yeah,
guy
I hate
from
that.
the
look
train
at the
to
chat.
Annie's lobby. What's his name? Starts with an S. I can't remember. The chef.
It's a noodle.
Wanze.
There we go.
Oh my god.
The only opponent that ever made Sanji use his hands in a fight.
Yeah. Oh god, like he's spitting them out and oh,
We're gonna have to edit this on the screen
Yeah.
for the
whoever's
video.
turn this is. But dang. Anyways. I hate this. Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, I don't even know what kind of tangent we want, but about Black Maria.
Yeah,
coming
Black
back to
Maria.
her. I think the interesting thing with her is, I think, like I was saying, particularly with Black Maria of all Beast Pirates, is her relationship with Kaido once again, because it seems that she does nothing and Kaido doesn't mind that she does nothing, even though she's a Tobbi Roppo,
Yeah.
even though she's like supposed to listen to orders. Like, I don't know, like, what do you guys think of the fact that Kaido just is fine with her doing nothing?
She probably sets traps.
I really
Maybe.
think Kaido doesn't care what's going on around him. He had a whim that he's going to move Onigashima to the mainland. He had a whim that he's going to make Yamato the leader. He's just like, well, I'm going to do this, and maybe you guys can find Yamato. They didn't even find Yamato, and he just announced it anyway.
Yeah.
He doesn't care, I don't think. I think it's Black Maria's strong. She's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, she was flirting with him quite a bit, like in that one chapter. So like maybe he's just like maybe he's just like, oh, it doesn't mind because she's so cute or whatever. I don't know. Like
It could be.
I don't know. I'm not even sure if I would put that past Kaido. You know.
If you buy into the spider theory, it could be a thing where like this is just like the way she does it, where like she waits for people to go into the room and then like her webs trap the people that come in.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. What if like her webs, like what if she already has webs all around Onigashima, and like she's just waiting for somebody to fall into one of them, and the webs are like they're actually like they're almost invisible because there are some spider webs that are just like so fine, but they're also so big that like that they're almost completely invisible, and you won't know that you just bumped into one until it happens. You know.
Yeah, and I learned from
It is-
Zabumafu that like if a spider web is like a quarter of an inch in radius, it's like harder to cut than steel. and then like
Is
you
it-
add that
is
to
it
the fact that it's
Boomerfoo?
a Zoan. Yeah,
It was this kid's show.
It was a talking lemur that taught you about animals.
Oh, I remember that show. I don't remember anything about it, but I remember the lemur. That's all. I don't remember the name. That's crazy.
it was
That's what
later
it was
followed
called?
up by Wild Kratts.
Oh
With
yeah,
an
same
anime.
That
thing.
hurts my soul. That hurts my soul.
I liked Wild Kratts when it came out. Actually, I was still in elementary school when Wild Kratts was out, and I liked it. But
Yeah, me too. I enjoyed it.
what's their name?
Chris and Martin.
Yeah. Anyways,
No, yeah, but
Yeah.
the point is, the spider webs are super strong. If Zoan users have it, Zoans like multiply the strength of like the attributes of the animal. So it'd be like super small and super crazy. And I like really like that idea that they're all over Onigashima and then like they have to find where the spider that is Black Maria is hiding.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be awesome. And who do you think's gonna fight her? Because personally, I want Robin to like
Yeah.
turn into like a giant form and fight her. That's
right.
my dream.
Robin is
But
like. Yeah,
I don't think
Robin's
that's gonna
the
happen.
answer,
But
you know. Yeah.
it'd be great.
Oh man. Yeah,
I need to
Robin's
see
like
that.
the
Kind of
kind of
crazy
obvious,
battle.
easy way the easy answer. You know. I don't really have anything.
Or maybe
against
she's
that,
being
though.
saved for later on in
Maybe.
the arc.
Maybe.
Because, like, for now, maybe she'll do nothing, but then when it's kind of, like, serious. Because I also get the vibe that she's kind of, like, the Beast Pirates as well are kind of, like, a bit more kind of fleshed out than, a bit more diverse, I would say, in terms of characteristics than the Big Mom Pirates. Because Big Mom Pirates are all just like, oh, you can't disrespect the Big Mom Pirates. Oh, you have to do this, mama, this, that, and that. But then the Beast Pirates seem to have like their own personality, their own people. So like in the Straw Hat Pirates, when stuff goes down and people are fighting, not all the Straw Hat Pirates jump into the fight. Like there's Usopp and Nami on the side doing their own thing. There's Robin who's kind of like in her own world when we enter a different arc. There's Frankie and Brooke doing their own thing. So I feel like the Beast Pirates are also like that, where there's just people who they could fight if they wanted to, but they just don't want to. They want to do their own things, and then maybe when it gets serious and oh, the alliance is actually fighting head on against Kaido, maybe that's when it's all hands on deck, and then we'll see her.
Yeah.
I prefer that interpretation to what I said.
I really don't think that she's super close to Kaido though, because it seems
Yeah.
like he kind of distances himself from the Tobbi Roppo.
Yeah.
Because she was all like,
Yeah.
"No, I'd rather talk to you." And he's like, "Aren't you gonna go?" Like,
Right,
he
right,
doesn't
right.
care as much, but they're
Didn't-
all like vying for his attention.
Didn't
Yeah.
she show
I-
some compassion to Momonosuke as well when he was like getting beat up by Kanjuro or Orochi?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and then she
interesting.
put him on her lap or something like that.
Yeah, so that's very
Uh,
interesting as well. 'cause
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, she's the most boring right now. I bet she'll have some good, like,
Yeah.
fleshing out of her character pretty soon.
But okay, just a question of interest, since we asked this already about Ulti on page 1, but how do you think she ended up with Kaido and his crew?
I feel like she was born on Wano.
She seems like it.
Yeah, just feels like she's always been there.
She could be like an Oiran that was like she was like very
Yeah,
popular,
or-
but then like something happened, and then Kaido took her in.
Yeah.
That
I
could
think-
be something. Maybe that's why all the Oirans wear those high heels so they can be as tall as Black Maria.
Okay. Yeah. It's a cope. I think I want to say. Well, for one thing, I'm pretty sure the Oiran is like a title that that only one geisha gets, if I'm not mistaken. No.
Oh,
Might
yeah, I
have to
remember
look
this.
up. But yeah. Other thing. Also, aren't Komura, aren't Hiyori and Black Maria kind of close to the same age? That's just one thing I just kind of
Yeah.
noticed.
What if they're rivals?
Isn't Hiyori
Right?
26, right?
Like,
Yeah, here is 26.
yeah,
So there's a 3-year difference.
yeah. Well, 5, right? If Black Maria, well, we don't know how old is Black
Black
Maria?
Maria's 29.
29. Right. Okay.
yeah, so what if she was replaced by Komurasaki?
Maybe.
Mm.
I feel like people I feel like Oda probably could have foreshadowed that at some point.
There's a 3-year. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, like
Maybe her singing is the foreshadowing.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But I feel like that could have happened earlier. Back when Komurasaki was first being introduced. I am interested in how, like, if all the Tobbi Roppo were captains of their own crews. I'm interested to see like what exactly Black Maria's crew was like, if she had one or whatever. We might have seen Who's Who's crew or we might have seen
Sasaki's crew. Yeah.
We haven't seen Ulti or Page One's crew, if they had one or if they had two or whatever, But we haven't seen we have nothing we know nothing about Black Maria's crew. Were those other girls who were in that one room were those her crew members, or were they just who were they exactly? Because were they Wano citizens?
The entertainment.
Yeah, I thought there were other
I think
geishas.
they come from her place that she owns on Onigashima.
Right,
her brothel.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brothel.
she owns the brothel.
Yeah, the pleasure center, whatever you want to call it, right? But
Oh my goodness! If it's the pleasure center, it's because they're actually in a giant brain.
That's kind of a cool way to look at it.
Yeah, because Onigashima, and there's a bunch of different references to you got the right brain tower or something like that.
Exactly where Yamato is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh.
Dang.
Yeah, that actually makes more
Dang.
sense. I was wondering why it was called that.
Wow. Okay.
That adds to the theory that it's going to become alive or
Oh
something.
my god. Yeah.
Like the big ancient giant skull.
Brooke's devil fruit. I mean, Brooke awakens his
now.
devil fruit, and maybe he
Oh,
or maybe Big Mom puts somebody's soul in Onigashi in the skull. No. All right, let's not.
she
get too
couldn't
crazy.
because it's a living.
Moria
It was a
missed
living
out.
thing.
Moria missed out on there.
Yeah.
When he came to Wano, he should have been like, "I want
Ta-
that skull."
Just should have taken the skull with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a little
Yeah.
bit bigger than Oars, just a little bit.
Just a bit.
I'm
Just a
pretty
tiny.
sure. Yeah. Just a little bit.
But let's go.
Dang.
We didn't do this for page
Maybe
one.
he
We
just
really only
didn't do
did
it
for Ulti,
'cause,
but what do you think?
What do you think?
No, you
what?
can finish. Mine was gonna be off top, like a next topic for Black
Oh,
Maria.
who do you think? Oh, next. Post Wano. Yeah, I don't. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's bounties.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bounty.
we don't know enough about
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, we don't even know what she's capable of. We can assume that she might have had a lot of destructive power because she's so big, and a lot of big characters. They're a lot of destructive power, a lot of raw power. That's one thing. Oda does pretty consistently, but yeah, no idea. Do we even know her height? Okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Taller than Kaido.
Very tall.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, I think she was confirmed she's taller than Kaido.
Do you think she has a bounty, and what do you think it would be if she does? Because I assume if you're that high
so
up,
many
you
of these
probably do.
questions are way too... Because we just
Yeah.
have no information on her.
Yeah.
Way too speculative, or way too. We're way too in the
If she
dark
grew up
about
in Wano, she might not even have a bounty. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're so
if she grew
closed
up-
Yeah,
off
that
from
could
the
be
rest
the
of the world.
case.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She could be a local enforcer
Yeah.
rather than someone he takes on a ship with him.
Yeah, I've seen the way I see it. Oda might be introducing all the Tobbi Roppo in opposite order of how strong they're supposed to be. Since page one in his abilities and his fighting and everything, he was introduced first. Ulti might be second weakest. So maybe I want to put Sasaki and Husu, they probably have they seem to be the most interested in, they seem to be the most powerful, they seem to be positing themselves that way.
They seem to respect Drake's strength.
Yeah, and they also on top of that they respect Drake's strength. So yes, I think Sasaki, Husu, and Drake are probably the strongest. And then if I wanna if I wanna put Black Maria on the scale, I put her kind of in between, somewhere between page one and Drake. And that's just assuming that Drake is the weakest because he's the one we've been seeing the most, as far as his ability, or no, the weakest out of the three strongest, the weakest out of the strongest. Yeah, whatever.
To conclude with, I don't know if anyone else had anything to say about her, but I just hope Black Maria doesn't end up being this arc's smoothie.
Yes, please
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still hoping
I'm already
Smoothie
seeing
does something.
yeah,
this
I'm
arc.
already seeing a few things in common. Tallness for one thing. You guys want to move on to?
I think we should move on to Sasaki.
Yeah, Sasuke.
Yeah, Sasaki.
All right. So,
Do you think those armored people are his crew that have eaten Smiles, or do you think his crew somewhere else, or are they dead?
I want to say the Armored Core are Sasuke's crew members. Yeah.
They're definitely Smile users.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah. Or maybe like there was a bigger crew, but some of them didn't quite get the right Smiles, and so only the ones who got Smiles are still moving with him, even in Kaido's crew.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be pretty willing to just let him ride them,
Mm-hmm.
like a motorcycle.
Sasuke, he seems like in my opinion, he's the least interesting aesthetics wise or whatever. Even though he seems to be a fisherman, and like there's this one theory that like may possibly hold any water, no pun intended, that like he may have something to do with Kokoro. He might be related to Kokoro. That old lady from Water 7, the old mermaid later. Yeah,
the
same hair color, both fishermen. And
I'm
like they've got like
dubious.
the same kind of hat.
Fishman DNA.
I would love it. It'd be so weird, but I'd love it.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like it too, but I'm just dubious because
Yeah.
Fishman DNA is so all over the place. Plus, it doesn't seem like she's gonna fight Frankie, or he's gonna fight Frankie.
Yeah, I'm still holding out hope for that because simply because when they were mentioning where just before Sasuke met Yamato, mentioning where Momo is when they were running, they're like, oh, they're in the right brain tower heading outside, and I was like, oh, in the chapter before that, there was Frankie who was heading outside as well, running from the number. So I was like, maybe they'll meet there, but I mean, of course, that means first they have to be going in the same direction, and two, this fight with Yamato can't end here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have hope still.
I don't know. I thought Yamato was going to fight Sasaki.
I mean, it seems like it now.
We really need to see Yamato's strength. We really need to see her strength demonstrated.
I mean, well, yeah, it seems like it now, but I don't think that's going to be the final fight. Like, remember when people were thinking Yamato was going to fight Ulti? I mean, they kind of did, but it wasn't. It was just a little short bout. I think that's going to be how it'll be. I think that's going to be how
she
it'll be.
just defends, and then Frankie comes along. That could be a thing.
Yeah, Frankie comes along or something like that. But Frankie's kind of. It seems like he might have his hands full with the numbers. It's hard to say. This is probably like this little part in the arc. This actually, since this is the first arc that I've seen, where I'm caught up. This is probably the part that's like, probably the hardest to sort of predict. The part of the arc where everybody has to guess like who's gonna be fighting who, and I know that in Whole Cake, like people were trying to guess like who was gonna fight who. People thought Sanji was gonna fight Katakuri, and that's ridiculous in retrospect, but I guess it kind of makes sense when you think about it, or when you think try to think about like what people were thinking.
Yeah,
about,
all of us kind of hope for one-on-one fights in most arcs, but we really haven't gotten. I mean, we got Fishman Island mini fights, but we haven't really gotten one-on-one since what?
Annie's Lobby. Well, yeah.
We had Dressrosa.
Dressrosa was kind of all over the place too. It was this person fights this person.
I would say
switches.
Annie's Lobby. It's been super long.
Yeah, where everybody got a one-on-one. But yeah, there's been one-on-one since, or there's been one-on-one since at Fishman Island. That's definitely one. I think Oda's just trying to like switch up his formula so that it's trying to be a little bit different, and I'm down for a little bit different. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I guess for this one, just kind of also a bit of a tangent into Yamato and Sasuke, where it seems for me, I don't know if Yamato will actually, go head to head with Sasuke, and that would be a serious one-on-one. But for Sasuke's armored corpse, I feel like Yamato is about to do to them whatever Kaido's going to do to the scabbards, because one, just the similarity between the beginning of this chapter where Kaido is, first facing the scabbards and he's ready to go. Yamato's also facing, armored corpse, she's ready to go. And also the fact that in the chapter before, Kaido got blasted and everything, and then he came out and immediately did one attack and, got Kiku. Now, this chapter, Yamato gets blasted, she comes back, does one attack, takes out the porcupine guy. So I feel like it's going to be a bit similar in the way it goes down in the next chapters.
Right.
Oh, that would be cool.
Nice.
I like it.
That's a really nice
makes sense.
duality
Yeah.
I didn't notice, but yeah, you're right.
I like the idea of the two most possible prospective Straw Hats getting one-on-one fights this arc.
Wait, that being Yamato and who? Carrot.
Being
Ooh,
Yamato and Carrot. Carrot.
Yeah.
Carrot. Pero.
Oh, you guys want to know about the Sasaki card game?
Oh yeah, tell us about the card.
So Sasaki, in Japan it's known as Sasaki, but the game is mainly played in North Korea, and it's called 44A, 44A, something like that. So the thing about this game is that there isn't very much info about it in English, and I had to go on this one Japanese site and use the power of Google Translate. And as such, it's a little bit hard to make sense of everything. I actually couldn't get sense of everything, to be honest. It's a very it seems to be a very complicated game to someone who's never played it. Because it's a very traditional game. I think I might have said the same thing with Ulti if I didn't. But yeah, it's a traditional game that's like it seems to be really old, and like it seems like everybody knows it. So it's like kind of hard for someone who's not who hasn't learned it traditionally to figure it out. You know. It's kind of like, you know, some sort of tradition or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's one thing that's interesting is that it's 4 players. And so it's 2 versus 2. It's a 2v2 team. You get 4 players. And so what happens is you take out the 2s and you take out the jokers from the deck in order to play it. And then each player gets 12 cards. My bad. 12 cards. And so what happens is like whoever gets the 10 of diamonds and the 10 of hearts are teamed up together, and the other 2 are the other team. So, but if you if one person gets the 10 of diamonds and the 10 of hearts, then they have to be then they're by themselves. It's a one. Then in that case, it's 1v3. And hold on, let me scroll down a little bit. And so there's this one part about like. There's this one part about like mornings and evenings that's like that has to do with the game. I think that might have been like a lost in translation thing. I don't quite get it, but like it just starts talking about mornings and evenings. But like you got a 4 of clubs in the mornings, and then like a 4 of diamonds, I think, at night or at the evening. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know if it's like a lost in translation thing, but it kind of brings it up and it doesn't explain what the mornings and evenings are supposed to be. Or are you supposed to play it like all day? From morning to evening? I don't know. But there you go. So I think this could play into like Sasaki's character somehow, but I'm not sure how. Any takes?
What if he's so strong it takes Yamato, Frankie, and one other person to take him down?
And then the Yamato power scalers will be upset, but it's okay.
What do you guys think his power is?
It's hard to guess. Like I feel like a lot of expectations were kind of broken when Ulti got hers. But yeah.
What did people think Ulti was?
I don't know. Velociraptor. A lot of weird speculations just in general. But Triceratops makes a lot of sense. I feel like Triceratops is a little bit too easy.
I don't think anyone.
Like Jake, do you have any takes? I feel like you might.
I was actually going to say Triceratops too, because I don't know. He has like those horn teeth. It's kind of hard to say.
Oh, saber-tooth tiger. Saber-tooth tiger.
No, I think who's a saber tooth.
Oh yeah, because he got the cats. He got
has
like
the
some
cat
of the cat
motif,
motifs and stuff. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But I was thinking, teeth, tooth, saber-tooth tiger. Bam.
No.
Any other?
I think in my review, I said he might be like a plesiosaurus, which is like an underwater dinosaur, and it'd be like
pretty hilarious. I was just about to bring that up.
That he can't swim, and he would just be like landed.
Because he got an aquatic.
Like
yeah, is that a thing that happens? Or what if there's like the idea? Like what I was thinking is like the reason fishmen exist, or narratively speaking, not in universe, but like in a meta standpoint. Fishmen kind of exist, quote unquote, because like Oda can't do fish devil fruits, right? So like, what if there are like some kind of ancient fishmen and they're like ancient prehistoric animals? I feel like the best time this could have been brought up would probably have been Fishman Island, but if Oda wants to bring it up in Wano now, then I'm down, Or maybe since Oda didn't bring up any sort of ancient fishmen in Fishman Island, then I think the best time to talk about it would maybe be the Void Century, because it's an ancient, ancient creatures, and they're extinct, and so maybe they went extinct during the Void Century. Maybe something has something to do with that. But yeah, maybe we can talk about that in a future episode. But yeah.
Do you guys want to move on to who's who, or did you have? Right now,
Sure. Yeah.
Sasaki's kind of a blank
Yeah, he's
slate.
kind of a blank slate, just like Black Maria. Yeah. But who's who? Who's who?
What's with the eyeball?
I think it's I think it's just a cool helmet thing.
And Bao
The
Huang.
Sheikah symbol.
He has
The
it on his
Sheikah-
chest.
Sheikah symbol.
Oh, the
Yeah.
eye. Oh, the eyeball. Like I was thinking, like the eyeballs on his helmet for some reason, but no. Yeah. That definitely means something. Do you think that was like maybe his calling card or something, like his Jolly Roger, something like
Doesn't
that?
Wow Huang have it as well?
Yeah, Bao Huang has
And-
it, and she seems to be able to. Yeah, she seems to
yeah.
be able to use some sort of ability connected with the eye.
For like espionage.
Also, just a random thing. Anybody else just like, I think Who's Who is probably the one whose colors I'm most disappointed with. I thought it'd be cool.
Yep.
I thought like his helmet would be cool in black.
Okay, I don't
I
disappoint,
wanted him
but
in black
odd.
leather, not
Yeah, like
black.
black. Yeah, the like a black. I imagine like a black, almost like cast iron helmet. But yeah, the red. I'm gonna have to get used to it.
I pictured black too,
It's gonna take some getting used to for me.
but I'm very happy with the red because it's so much more.
I guess, yeah. Isn't his hair kind of pink too? Like
It's blonde. I thought it was blonde.
yeah,
Yeah, his hair is
or,
pink.
yeah,
It's pink? Oh,
No,
my
no,
God.
it's pink.
yeah.
Oh, I gotta look this up. I had a bit of a theory that he might be connected to the. Remember that island Chopper got sent
Oh
to,
yeah, yeah,
where they
yeah,
all
yeah.
had the eyeball
That's right.
tattoos?
Yeah, somebody mentioned that in something in a YouTube video or something.
Well, that
yeah.
was me.
Oh yeah, okay. Like I think the person he actually wanted to kill was Drake, right?
Yeah, because I thought he wanted to get rid of Queen, but he easily betrayed ex-Drake when he had the chance.
That's my theory too.
That's true, but I can't help but think that he still wants to go at the All-Stars because he was still excited
Yeah.
to fight one. So
All right, it could be King. They got kind of like that low key, personality thing going on about them, but I don't know. That's just a random conjecture. But anyway, about the game Who's Who.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think he still wants to take down Queen. He's just like, gotta get rid of ex-Drake first.
About the game Who's Who. This is the most interesting one because I think it ties in the most with his character that we already know. It ties in very closely. So Who's Who is 3 players mostly. It's another trick taking game, and so what happens is there are 2 players versus 1 soloist. And so when dealing, you take out the 2s, 3s, and the 4s, and whoever gets the jokers are partners. And so if you get both the jokers, but if you get both jokers, you're a soloist. So, and there's only there's only one way to know if you're a partner, and by getting a joker, by getting 1 joker, that definitely means you're a partner. And one way to know if you're the soloist by getting both jokers. So if you get no jokers, you don't know if you're a partner or a soloist. And so nobody's supposed to say whether they're a partner or a soloist or whether they have the jokers or anything like that. And so trick taking, it's Who's Who, right? And that's kind of the main point I wanted to get to. But you could say that like Queen and Who's Who are partners, but Drake was the soloist.
We never actually got confirmation that Drake was the one that freed Law. Just saying.
Did it? We didn't?
we saw the silhouette, and then they mentioned,
Did
then
we?
Queen mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it seems like Hawkins indicated it, but he didn't say it out right. I was very confused by this.
Maybe.
I don't know if they stated out right.
No, it seemed
Maybe.
that Hawkins just drew that conclusion, based off his own, investigation, and then Queen made it sound like implied that he had someone on the inside who confirmed it for him. We don't know who that is.
If that was the case, that would completely destroy Randy's theory about Law in Sword.
Yeah. Well, not completely destroy, but I think it would take a leg off of it.
Yeah.
It would make the whole part 2 a little bit less relevant, wouldn't it?
Quite a bit.
We'll have to get him on this podcast and ask him at some point.
Right?
Anyway. one thing that's interesting. I think Who's Who is probably the most intriguing character in my opinion, because he's got a name like Who's Who, and he's wearing a mask. And typically in fiction, this is not just like a One Piece thing or an anime thing. It's a fiction thing. When a character wears, or not a mask, but like a helmet. When a character wears a mask or something that obscures their face, it usually that means they're going to take it off, and there's going to be something interesting about what's under it.
It's Duval.
Like, and I think
God.
just apart from his thing, I think his crew is also super interesting. Everyone talks about Bao Hang and all that, but even the rest of his crew, like, if you look in that one panel where we see them, like, everyone only remembers Who's Who and the two girls next to him. But if you look at everyone else, we have someone who looks like they could be a cat mink. There's one super big guy, and there's two old people in his crew.
Yeah,
one of them has
one of
like
them
the
has the
little
face
type of
covering.
thing, seal or whatever.
interesting.
And then there's another like I think old lady or something on the side. So it's like, why does he have two old people in his crew?
There's parents.
Also, for some reason, I'm the most interested to hear what his pirate crew is going to be called. Are they the Who's Who pirates? I want to say they're like maybe the mystery pirates, the mystery cat pirates, the Cheshire pirates, maybe. Hold on. We know Who's Who is a little bit older than I thought, or than we thought. How old is he?
Oh, no.
How tall is he?
Oh no, guys.
Did we lose him again?
Yeah, we lost his Smizzle.
Who's Who wanted to kill Smizzle all along?
He takes off the mask, and it's Kuro.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Kuro to dye his hair.
If it was
Did you say
Kuro,
how old is he?
I'd be impressed.
I don't think it's Kuro. Well, what I'll do is I'll just take whatever Smizzle's saying, I'll put it in the video, like, after what we're saying, or before.
Well, it wasn't Levi who edited the video. It was me, Smizzle. So that'd be interesting if it's like the new Black Cat Pirates, or maybe like
It sounds like very interesting stuff.
Or maybe like whenever the original Black Cat Pirates, they disbanded. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like they disbanded, and that's why
We
Kuro
missed,
was
like,
living on the
entire
living
minute.
on Usopp's village. Whenever they disbanded,
Yeah, that's why we all record our
Who's Who
audio
was like,
separately,
"Hey,
and
you
then
know
I
what,
can
screw
say
it, I'm
whatever
gonna
he's
make
saying.
my own crew, and we're gonna be the new Black Cat Pirates, and then we're gonna go into the Grand Line. Yeah,
It's preserved.
right.
Okay.
But yeah, let's talk about Drake.
もう一人はトビロッポリエス・ドレイクドレイク最悪の世代だな
Anybody want to start?
So I think I said almost everything I want to say about Drake. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys got to see it, my video. Let's talk about X.
I
we need
saw
to
that
talk
video.
About X Drake.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Because just not that it's had any interesting revelations. It's just that I think everybody jumped to a lot of conclusions really fast about him, about what he is, what Sword is, and I think Oda subverted our expectations about him really hard last time.
Right.
Like I never would have thought he's still working for the Marines, but
Right.
here he is.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And Drake is like, I think he's the character who kind of shot up in I guess popularity or fan intrigue. Like I don't think people really considered him very interesting. Or I guess he kind of faded from the fans' collective fan memory or whatever. Till the sword.
We didn't see him for a long time.
Up till the sword thing, until the sword thing, and then you got what happened a couple of chapters ago where he became even more relevant in Wano, and where he's apparently defecting and trying to join up with the Luffy's alliance, and so yeah, he's becoming a lot more relevant now, and it's really interesting how we have like a character. How we have a character who kind of like nobody really thought much of until like something just happens just randomly, and it's like do we have any precedents for that?
Not Hawkins. Drake's always been one of my favorites since the beginning.
Yeah, because he's a dinosaur.
I mean, he's a
right?
dinosaur.
Turned into an
Yeah.
Allosaurus. Yeah, exactly. But like,
Yeah.
I also love that he like defected from the Marines because that opened up so many possibilities.
Yeah.
So it was so wild when we found out that he was still with the Marines and like this special task. Never would have thought that. It was an awesome reveal by Oda. Loved
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites for all the reasons you said. I actually started reading One Piece right when he was introduced, so I was like, oh yeah, he's going to be so interesting, and he's going to be, this big reveal about the world government. It's
Yeah.
going to be great.
And then he just kind of fell out of
And then
relevance
I
pretty quick after.
I do like that they kept him relevant in Dressrosa, which was surprising.
That
when
is
you
true.
found out that he was the son. That was sick. I love that part.
When you found out what?
Like his childhood through like
Law's flashback.
Law's background. Drake's personality is kind of boring, right? It's not that
it seems
eccentric
it seems
to,
so
like,
right
the other
now.
supernovas.
Yeah.
The thing about Drake for me is that, I mean, why I was interested, of course, is like also the fact that, you know, back then I was like, Drake can turn into a T-Rex, and then obviously Oda corrected us on that, but like, I think for me, personality-wise, he wasn't as interesting. Like, I feel like he was like Law without the crazy mad scientist side of Law, where he's just kind of like serious and doesn't really know how to enjoy himself. I was just like, oh, okay, this is Drake, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing about Drake is that, which interestingly enough, right, is that before he quote unquote defected, he was a rear admiral, right? So that's like one down from vice admiral.
That is true.
Yeah. Once Kaido falls, do you think he's going to try to keep doing undercover work, like maybe try to find out what's going on with the Straw Hat Alliance, or will he be like, okay, I'm peacing
Maybe
out
he's
here.
like, okay, here's an idea. Like maybe he says something. Maybe he admits everything about Sword, or like he tells maybe one of the Straw Hats about Sword, and then he's like, okay, now that I've told you this, and now that Kaido is defeated, I'm going to kill you. And then and then that's like bad news for Luffy, and like Luffy gets all mad and everything. I don't know, and I don't know, but he probably won't. I can see Drake like trying to act very aloof, and if Wano ends with Drake being okay and Kaido being defeated, I think he's definitely going to part ways with the Straw Hats, and he's gonna go back. I think he's gonna go back to his own thing with the with Sword. And he's probably going to try acting all coy about like what his actual intents are, maybe to Zoro's annoyance. And if Law is not with Sword, then maybe also to Law's annoyance as well. You know, Law is like Law would definitely be very suspicious of Drake. I think if Law isn't suspicious of Drake, and if Law isn't trying to like getting all like, you know, squinty eyed at Drake whenever, you know, he's around. That would definitely be like a definite flag to the idea that like Law is in Sword too. But
so I think after Wano would be a great time to have a Sword meetup, kind of like how the warlords met after Crocodile got taken down.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
We saw like some other members. But, I mean, we might see the same thing with Sword, where we just see some other members of Sword, but not everyone in.
Yeah, we definitely need to see the rest of the members.
At the very least,
that will help us get a good.
Yeah. If we don't get that, then at the very least, the very least we get, if Law is in Sword, then we get the reveal of Law being in Sword, you know. But yeah.
So while we're talking about him being in Sword, like, what do you guys think it means that he's the captain of Sword, like, of this special task force? Because a lot of people, like, talk about how, you know, since he's in Sword, you know, people make connections saying Garp, Sengoku, but why do you guys think that he is the captain? It's not like Garp is the captain or he's, like, something else, but... seems like, I don't know.
Is he the
assuming
captain?
seems like the leader, but is he the leader? Is he not? Are there other captains?
He might be a division.
Yeah, he
leader.
could be like a division leader. That would make sense.
Like,
you know.
is in charge of a sector of Sword.
A sector
That's
of
my
Sword.
theory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe the undercover sector.
Would that mean his crew is also in Sword?
I doubt it. I feel like they wouldn't want that many mooks.
Yeah,
I mean, they could have been from like something like G5 or something like that.
Can he captain a whole crew of people? Like while maintaining the secret, like while they're all oblivious to the idea that he's working for the Marines, could he like get a whole ship full of pirates and actually like have them not know, like sail with them so for weeks and months on end, have them not know at all?
Well, he probably didn't have to communicate a lot.
That's why I thought they were like something from like G5, where they're Marines, but they're not like the typical Marines.
Yeah, I'm down with that idea.
And if they are Marines, where did they go when they were absorbed by Kaido's crew? Because he was absorbed willingly.
Who knows? Maybe he just told them to go back.
Right?
Yeah, I thought he just went by himself and just that was it.
I thought maybe they're waiters. You know, people waiting on, you know, their supposedly waiting on getting new smile fruits, you know. That would make sense,
Yeah, I
right?
feel like he would have gone in there without too many people who could blow his cover. All it would take is one of them to spill or make a mistake, and then all of a sudden his whole operation's up in smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, he was the one that, like, Drake was the one himself who, slipped or whatever, got the information out. But, yeah.
Question for Jake. What do you think of Drake's hybrid form?
I thought it was weird at first, but it's like grew on me quite a bit. I like it.
Okay.
I personally prefer page ones, but it looks okay. It looks pretty cool. He looks a lot
Yeah.
more beefier and muscular, which is nice.
Ulti has the best hybrid form
Yeah,
so far,
definitely.
I think.
I don't even think we've seen her in
Yeah.
full dinosaur form.
Oh, we have. We got to see it in like one panel.
I don't think that it didn't look full because she still had the same head, but it was like a giant like chubby body. It was so
Tubby
it was so
body.
weird. It was so weird.
Oh, one thing, if you guys didn't already know, it was, you guys probably did, but there is no traditional Drake card game. There are like some board games with the name Drake in, like board games and card games with the name Drake in them, but they're like relatively new and relatively unknown, and they're not like played with traditional card games, so it's probably just like a coincidence. That said, I think it's up to us One Piece fans to like come together and make a Drake card game, an X Drake card game, Diaz Drake, whatever we want to call it. We got to make a Drake card game. So yeah, any ideas for that?
Would have to revolve around the 10.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it'd have to revolve around 10. Maybe everybody gets 10 cards or something, and like I'm making this up as I go. You got like one person gets to play like some kind of imposter or something, and then like everybody else is assigned, a crewmate, I don't know. And then, there's one imposter among us, right? And then like after that you get all these different like things that other people have to do, these little objectives that people do while the imposter goes about and doing his own things. And now that I'm saying it out loud, yeah, maybe. It's literally just Among Us. It's literally just Among Us.
And it's up to the person with the queen to find out who's the imposter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I like that idea. Or like you got to put down the queen button. Not the queen button, but the queen card. Like you got to show everybody that you've got the queen card. So you got to show everybody. You got to like make your case for like who you think the imposter is or why. I think the imposter has to have a goal, a goal of some sort, Maybe his goal is to get, maybe his goal is different every time, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could be mixed with the different game, because there's a game I know, we used to call it like Cardish or something like that, where you play in pairs and basically like you have to like sign to each other when you have like a full set. And so maybe the person with the queen and someone else is supposed to sign to figure out who the imposter is, but not really tell everyone before like the moment. But yeah, Drake card game. I think one last thing I wanted to ask about Drake, unless I think about something else, is a lot of people saying that Drake has been getting death flags as well. When Basil Hawkins also made his prediction, some people said it might have been about Drake. What do you guys think? Is Drake going to die or not?
I do not think X Drake's gonna die. Because when Hawkins said that one man with the 1% to live, he's talking about Luffy to help him, and Luffy's gonna help him no matter what.
Yeah, it's kind of Luffy's thing to go against all odds and win or whatever. That's kind of Luffy's jam, But I think he could die. Maybe not in Wano. I think we have to know more about Sword, and we have to know more about his background, and I think we're going to have to find that out later, maybe. But, if we found that out all this arc, then, I wouldn't be mad or anything. But yeah, that's how that is, I suppose. And, yeah, that's it. Be sure to comment your ideas about how to, about what this Drake game would be. Maybe it's like Go Fish, but only one person has the objective to like get something. I don't know. I'm still trying to think about it, but like, my idea is like, maybe everybody puts like their cards in a pile or something, and so like somebody has to take the pile.
Or make one and then we'll all
I feel
play.
like you should make a video about the possibilities of this game.
Creating games is difficult, you know, or like even when it's card games, you know, like with video games it's difficult because you got coding and you got like sprite design and you got level design, music, whatever. But even making like card games is difficult because you got to do something that nobody's ever done before, and there's so many different card games. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about card games recently, but that's because I've been doing research for this. But yeah, anything else you guys want to get out the way?
That's a bit it.
I think that if Drake doesn't die in about 20 years or so, we can see him becoming an admiral. Yeah, I mean, I just as like, who in like about 20 years, like who would be like the future admiral at that point in the story? Or something
Kobe's like the easy
I could see
answer,
Drake being one of them.
Maybe like Smoker. Yeah. That's all I can really think of right now. You got those joke characters.
My girl Hina.
Who? Oh yeah, Hina.
Save some of the Admiral talk for the 3 Admiral video.
Oh yeah. We got a whole future episode. Oh yeah, we forgot to plug the stuff. Be sure to subscribe. I mean, there's a Discord server for small One Piece creators. If you're a small One Piece creator, you know, or you want to support small One Piece creators, join the Discord. That's where we talk this podcast on, and that's where we like talk about collab ideas. And that's where we like give and receive constructive feedback on like everything, on like our content and everything. So if that sounds cool, you know, go to the Discord and subscribe. I guess subscribe to everybody, you know. But yeah, that's all I got.